Bribery, cheating, fraud. These three words are being used to define the Varsity Blues Scandal that unfolded nearly a month ago on March 12th. Since then, ringleader Rick Singer, test taker Mark Riddell, 2 athletic coaches, and 15 other defendants have pleaded guilty. Federal prosecutors say some adult children could be charged. With a mass demand for more admissions transparency and Pepperdine University's enrollment deadline coming up on May 1st, the question is, what is Pepperdine's admissions process like, and how do we know the scandal isn't happening at this university? Falone Cerna, the director of domestic admissions, says a majority of applications are reviewed for about 20 minutes by a single admissions counselor.
In our application, we have the Common App essay, we have 2 short answer responses, we have the letter of recommendation. I mean, if all we cared about were grades and testing, my life would be way easier.
Christy Collins, the Dean of Enrollment Management, says, quote, "We work hard to make our process equitable by reviewing all applications holistically, considering the academic, personal, and extracurricular background of each student. A committee of 6 counselors, 3 administrators, and this year 2 outside readers then narrows the applicant pool based on admittance number goals. This year, that number was 850 students. Brooke Cutler, the director of the Office of International Student Services, reads and interprets about 1,000 international applications, spending about 30 minutes on each.
There are 2 of us who are technically the admission counselors, and we divide the world in half.
The challenge for domestic admissions is volume. For international, it's complexity. This year, 66 nations were admitted with an admissions rate of 19%. Some unique factors international looks for are English language proficiency and receptivity to the Christian mission. For recruits, the admissions process slightly differs. Domestic and international admissions don't deal directly with coaches. Athletes apply via the Common App, and if they don't meet a certain standard, they go through the exceptions process with Amanda Kurtz, the NCAA compliance officer. Yearly, about 2 or 3 enter this process out of 75 to 100 athletes. Steve Potts, the athletic director, says Kurtz consistently checks rosters and files reports to the NCAA. One way coaches recruit is through alumni.
An alum will call and say, hey, I've got a kid in my hometown who's I think will be a great fit for Pepperdine basketball. You should come watch him play. And our coaches will go watch.
Fine arts students submit an additional application to a tracking system called Slide Room. Bradley Griffin, the divisional dean for fine arts, says here they include their portfolios, video auditions, or schedule an audition on campus.
The first and most important thing is you have to apply to Seaver College. You have to be admitted there. If you're not admitted there, we can't do anything about that.
Cerna and Cutler read athletes' applications, and admissions counselor Peter Walton reads for fine arts.
Though admissions is 2 floors below advancement and public affairs, the 2 have no financial relationship.
They only interact when advancement asks for the list of enrolled students to arrange regional send-off parties. As for parent donations, advancement doesn't ask for gifts until the student is enrolled. It's uncommon for parents to donate before their student is enrolled, but when it does happen, it's usually alumni that have been donating who have a son or daughter applying. In an interview with Keith Hinkle, the senior VP for advancement and public affairs, he stated, "We don't have relationships with any of the organizations involved in the scandal. From consistent donors, advancement received over $30 million last year, including about $3 million from parents." Cerna says Pepperdine is always evaluating its admissions processes and procedures, and they didn't need this scandal to tell them to do so. But going forward, Cutler says the Office of Admission has committed to a 5-year audit based on the scandal, which will be released to the public. Cutler and Logan Hicks, a senior admissions tour guide, encourage people to remember Pepperdine's ethos.
Our university, we really rely on, again, like our mission and our ethic.
We saw big name schools in the scandals, schools that are very academically prestigious and, respected, and they've lost some of that respect. Right. Pepperdine has retained our respect, and there's a reason why.